A couple of mice yesterday.
Oh.
You know how they like to bring them to you and show you what they caught?
He'd let it run a little bit. He'd run and catch one of them. He'd slap it around.
Oh, I usually get an egg, sausage, and
Hey, Grandma.
Hi, Josh. Turtle for my dessert.
what have they got? Well, they got that fuel up in there.
Let me see if I have the grocery list, because Debbie's going to go out there downtown clean up tomorrow night. We're having a great play dominoes out of the house.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got one in the car.
You better bring it. It's cold out there. Well, my dad he farmed,
Yeah.
and then he worked for the government, ASCS office. Then he ran MFA
Okay.
for 4 years, MFA feed store. And then he bought the Western Auto store. And then he stayed in it till he retired. By that time, I could do a lot of the work. And Granddad fought in the war. And he come back to 1860 something, another little old town. And then in 1894 or 98, he come to Halfway.
That's above average?
Yeah, that's above average.
And it was Geraldine. It was kind of, you get it started, and it'd be just roll on as a gap. We went to high school together too, but I never did date her till I was at MU.
Yeah. Okay.
And we can figure out where they got them at.
Yes? I needed my picture sheet up. I need something to
at home by a doctor on April the 2nd, 1937. Max was born at Halfway on September 13th, 1935. Max grew up with no running water and no outdoor toilet until he was in 4th grade and we moved to Baldwin. But I never did without him in Baldwin. And the way I got him was, I didn't have a car until I was a senior in college, and I needed to ride home sometimes. People want to know if I need to ride home. I said, yeah, I really kind of do need to ride home. And then also, sometimes he would say, now, if you need a ride of a night or anything, so he'd call me and see if I need to ride. And I said, yeah, I need to ride over to the music building. And then, which I did. And then afterwards, we'd go over and get a big orange drink. I like to work here. I enjoy it. It's interesting to try to figure out what you can order for people. And so I don't really have any plans to retire. I hope I don't have to, but someday I'm sure I will because I'm 75 years old. Can I help you? Okay, then we had 5 children after we got married in 1959. And Vicki was born on our first wedding anniversary. Vicki Kay Roden Morgan. And Max said, okay, the baby's born and she's got black hair. My mom said, you're lying. Turned out to be a beautiful auburn red. Then a year later, in 2 weeks, Kendall was born. He had red hair for sure. And then Denny was born December the 14th, right before Christmas. And she was just a little cutie thing. Then in 1964, Marla Jo Roden Kemp, and she kind of had reddish hair too. And then in 1965, November the 6th, Kelly was born, and he kind of dark complected, he had dark hair. And the 5 of them were just the cutest little bunch you ever did see. And I stayed home with them. Max was farming and working at the store part-time. And we just had the best time with them, getting them all raised. And there were some hard times, but it was fun.